Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues over anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
Yeah, it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local hostel in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Are Floyd's comments potentially in breach of contract? He could blow the whole fight up and never fight and also have taken a cash advance on the fight he may not ever have. He's broke! I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance. Essentially going, cool, I need that money now. Who cares about the...
Floyd Mayweather is now facing serious financial pressure, as reports say the IRS has placed a lien on his assets over unpaid taxes totaling around $7.3 million from 2018 and 2023.
Mayweather is being targeted by the IRS over unpaid taxes, with some of his properties and assets being held on lien until the full balance is paid off. And if not, said assets will be fully taken away. This report comes from Business Insider, but is also now being reported by Ring Magazine, in which they reveal that the IRS has filed a lien versus Mayweather in Las Vegas, currently putting a hold on Mayweather's Vegas property due to unpaid taxes stemming from 2018 and 2023 that have now ballooned to $7.3 million.
What makes the situation more concerning is the timing, because this comes right when Mayweather is already surrounded by questions about his business dealings and upcoming fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Trash because he wants a rematch. You think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
While Floyd publicly called a rematch an exhibition, reports suggest he signed for a professional bout, which could lead to legal problems if contracts are not honored. At the same time, there are claims that he used that same fight contract as collateral for a loan, which raises even more questions about financial stability behind the scenes.
Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he?
And that's where
And they say,
everything
another
collides.
fight. They say,
You've
what
got
is fighter?
business versus obligation,
Well,
strategy
he,
versus expectation,
I had a game plan.
legacy versus reality. Floyd might be trying to
And when I
control
say
the
TBE,
situation like he
and I don't
always
take
has,
anything for granted.
adjusting the terms,
And nobody in here can take
protecting
anything
himself,
for granted. I'm in here,
making sure
I have good
everything
days,
works in his favor.
I have bad days.
But the problem this time, there are too many moving parts,
I knew what it took.
too many people involved,
So I know
too
when
much
my
attention on
opponent
every
is asleep,
step. This isn't just a fight
when
anymore. It's a
Mike
situation
Tyson,
where every decision
and I seen it
carries
myself
weight
with my own
legally,
eyes. When I
financially,
see
and publicly. And while Floyd has built his career on staying one step ahead, this might be one of those rare moments where the pressure isn't just coming from the opponent. It's coming from every direction at once. So now the real question isn't just whether the fight happens. It's what version of Floyd we're actually looking at. Is this still
because
the
my
master
thing is this, I
strategist
teach you
controlling
how.
the board?
I teach you how to fish.
Or is this a
I don't fish
situation where
for
things
you.
are starting to
I
slip?
tell
We're there.
Just enough for people to know.
10 people, 15
And on the
people,
other side, you've got Manny steady,
400 or 500.
prepared, locked in, not changing his stance at all, which only makes the contrast sharper because one side is adjusting. The other side is
That's the
standing
money
firm.
Mayweather lifestyle.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I wouldn't fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Is Fear still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean,
Okay, so it's still happening then.
he has to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why,
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't, yeah.
And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to Boxing Hub for more updates, analysis, and the latest news from the world of boxing.
Everybody. I boxed everybody. And it's so crazy. Like, I had a lot of great days. I had a lot of bad days in the gym. But I tell them I never have bad pay days.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag and you dropped him with the body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. A lot of times guys do good in the gym. They be happy. They feel like if you done good with Floyd Mayweather in the gym, oh, I want a world title, Well, you got to really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. I go home to a palace. There's a difference.
Now, Floyd.
When you say your name, when they say these fighters' names, they say thousands and millions. When you say Money Mayweather, you say billions.
And just when everything around Floyd starts looking like a paperwork storm waiting to explode, Timothy Bradley jumps in, and instead of panicking, he basically says, hold on. This might just be business, moving exactly how Floyd wants it to move. Bradley isn't defending the situation blindly, but he's breaking it down from a fighter's mindset, saying those advance payments. That's leverage if you structure it right. He's hinting like if Floyd secured money up front and locked in a certain way, then switching from a real fight to an exhibition might not be chaos. It might be strategy.
I don't know if Mayweather did that, but you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable, it's free money.
And I'm sitting here thinking that's the most Floyd thing possible. Because while everyone else sees confusion, Bradley is suggesting Floyd might already be 10 steps ahead, handling obligations, clearing pressure, then adjusting the terms to fit his reality now, which is a 50-year-old fighter not trying to go to war unless it makes perfect sense. But here's where it gets tricky, because even Bradley admits, yeah, if you sign for a real fight, then you sign for a real fight. You can't just rewrite that mid-story without consequences.
Basically free money. So we know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that advancement.
So now you've got this tension where Floyd could be operated like a businessman, but the system around him still expect a fighter. And that clash right there is where things can get messy. Bradley even hints that Floyd might have already handled some of those financial issues with that upfront money, which flips the narrative again, because now it's not desperation, it's maneuvering. But at the same time, the outside pressure isn't going away. IRS, contracts, partners, all watching closely. So now the question isn't just what Floyd wants to do. It's whether he can actually bend everything around him to match that plan. And knowing Floyd, you can't rule it out.
I didn't
know that money he received, I'm pretty out, man. Damn it, I don't know for sure, but damn it, I'm probably about. I know I'm 85, 90%. I'm telling you, because he wouldn't. I don't think he'll be doing this. This is business. So he's just saying, I understand it was a real fight, but now I want to change it. I want to change it now. I got my advancement. Now I want to change it.
And just when Bradley's over there breaking everything down like a business seminar, here comes Shane Mosley with a completely different energy. Not contracts, not percentages, just straight fight reality. And it hits different because this is a man who's actually been in there with both of them. Mosley isn't giving you some loud prediction. He's almost hesitant, like he knows too much to speak too confidently. And that's what makes it real. He straight up says, look, Floyd isn't the same guy physically. Maybe a step slower, maybe easier to touch now. And instantly your brain goes, okay, so Manny's got a window. But then he flips it and brings up Pacquiao possibly dealing with his own issues, training complications. And now it's like, wait, so both guys might be compromised. That's when this fight stops being about who's better and starts being about who's less worn down. And I like how Mosley breaks their styles again. Like he's reminding you what made this matchup so tricky.
Floyd's not the same Floyd that he was
place.
back in the day. So, maybe he's a little bit older and he's not moving as much. And you know that when you get a little bit older, sometimes you don't have the same foot movements, stuff like that, and you're able to get hit with certain shots. So maybe Manny has a chance to get in there and do some stuff. But Manny also had some complications with I don't know if he had some kind of stroke or something in the sparring and stuff like that. I thought I seen. So, I mean, there's stuff going on with him too as well. So, we will see.
Manny brings that volume, that chaos, that constant pressure. But Floyd is a guy who solves problems mid-fight like he's doing math in there. And when Mosley says Floyd was a more difficult fighter, but Manny was a harder puncher, that tells you everything in one line. One guy breaks you down mentally. The other one tries to overwhelm you physically. Then he casually drops that moment where he hurt Floyd, and you can feel like even now he's thinking, man, if I had my legs at night, and that's the thing about Mayweather, you get a moment, just one, and if you don't take it, it's gone forever. So now apply that to today. Older versions, slower reactions, less margin for error. And suddenly this rematch doesn't feel like unfinished business. It feels like a completely different fight with familiar names. And that's what makes it tricky because we keep thinking about what they were. But this fight, it's about what they still are.
Oh, the harder puncher was Manny Pacquiao, but the most difficult was Mayweather.
Okay.
As far as, his IQ. He had a better IQ, but Manny had a harder working, repetition where he'll come at you. He's working hard. He's trying to get you. Whereas Mayweather is more technical and will sit there and pick you apart.
That is right here will tell you.
Comments.
I'm a man of my word.
And
if I could tell you,
don't ever forget to like,
my contract,
share, and subscribe.
When I was with Top Rank,
See you
I
in
honor
the
my
next one.
contract.